If you want to see more detailed images, videos, and the full article, check the link in the description. President Donald Trump escalated tensions in the Middle East, raising the prospect of regime change in Iran and defending his assertion that U.S. strikes had totally obliterated Iranian nuclear enrichment sites. This claim, made despite ongoing U.S. damage assessments, sparked immediate international reaction. Trump's social media post declared monumental damage, emphasizing the impact far below ground level, declaring a bullseye. The strikes, employing GBU-57 bunker-buster bombs and Tomahawk cruise missiles, marked a significant gamble for the U.S. president. While Trump hinted at regime change if Iran's leaders failed to make Iran great again, his senior officials offered a different narrative. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth described the operation as a precision strike targeting Iran's nuclear program, explicitly denying any intention of regime change. Vice President J.D. Vance similarly stated the U.S. was at war with Iran's nuclear program, not Iran itself, a sentiment echoed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who asserted the U.S. was not looking for war in Iran. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian countered these statements, accusing the U.S. of supporting Israel's actions against Iran and vowing retaliation. The extent of the damage inflicted by Operation Midnight Hammer remains unclear, even to U.S. defense officials. General Dan Kane, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, acknowledged the uncertainty regarding Iran's remaining nuclear capabilities, refraining from using Trump's strong language. Rafael Grossi, head of the UN's International Atomic Energy Agency, confirmed that a comprehensive assessment of the underground damage at Fordow was currently impossible. The attacks sent shockwaves across the globe, disrupting travel and commerce. Airlines scrambled to assist stranded passengers, arranging repatriation flights for citizens of numerous countries. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security issued a terrorism bulletin, warning of potential cyber attacks and violence in the U.S., including anti-Semitic hate crimes, while stressing the absence of specific, credible threats. However, the bulletin did anticipate a heightened threat environment throughout the summer. The geopolitical uncertainty caused oil prices to surge briefly, fueled by concerns that Iran might retaliate by closing the Strait of Hormuz, a vital waterway for over a fifth of global oil transit. While Iran's parliament reportedly approved closing the strait, the final decision rests with the Supreme National Security Council, according to Reuters. Secretary of State Rubio attempted to preempt such action, urging China, heavily reliant on Hormuz for its oil imports, to intervene diplomatically with Tehran. Iran's response might be influenced by its relationship with Russia. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araqi arrived in Moscow for talks with President Vladimir Putin, focusing on common threats. Araqi emphasized that Iran would not return to diplomacy until it had retaliated, asserting that the U.S. showed no respect for international law and only understands the language of threat and force. The international community responded to the escalating crisis in various ways. France announced it would deploy military aircraft to Israel to assist in the evacuation of its 250,000 citizens to Cyprus, with its foreign ministry crisis team fielding over 4,500 calls in a single week. Repatriation efforts are underway for Filipinos, with the first group scheduled to return on Monday. At least 30,742 Filipinos reside and work in Israel, many in the care sector, along with 1,180 in Iran. Local media reported that 223 Filipinos in Israel and 8 in Iran have requested repatriation. Australia is also assisting its citizens, with 3,800 seeking evacuation assistance, 2,600 from Iran and 1,200 from Israel. The Australian government deployed 2 defense planes to facilitate these evacuations. The disruption to air travel extended to major carriers. Air France-KLM cancelled flights to and from Dubai and Riyadh, while British Airways suspended flights to and from Dubai and Doha. The Middle East air route has gained increased significance post-Ukraine war, connecting Europe and Asia. The ongoing situation promises significant repercussions on the global stage, with the potential for further escalation and continued uncertainty. The international community watches with bated breath, anticipating Iran's next move and the potential consequences of this dramatic escalation of tensions. The immediate future remains uncertain, clouded by the potential for further conflict and widespread economic instability. The world awaits the next chapter in this unfolding geopolitical drama. The consequences of this bold military action and its ripple effects are only beginning to be felt, with lasting global implications yet to be fully understood. The international community grapples with the implications of this unpredictable turn of events, prompting urgent calls for diplomacy and de-escalation.